In the last episode, our quest for Omega material has not been crowned by success, so let's ponder the option of putting in a gravitational sail or not. I am tempted to say no. We'll hit the other planet, hope that we'll get some Omega there, which we'll then use to fill up the tank, and if we don't get Omega there, I will probably craft the gravitational sails after that. So we'll take off. Yeah, we're dangerously low on fuel, so I'm really hoping we'll get some Omega here. What? Just knocking things over. We'll land. Oh, this is close. This is close. But we can't use anything else than that. I was kind of hoping for a nice helium pocket or something. That's weird. They usually start sentences with themselves, so they kind of say, "We fear the judge's architects," but they're not using. Okay, so that is them. I would say no. You want hydrogen? Well, fine. I don't have hydrogen. Can I have some iron? Okay, he would have given us some technology for that. And now I'm kinda hosed because we don't have any fuel. Which means I might as well craft some of that stuff. So let's craft the gravitational sails. This has given us a lot of power. I should have actually checked how much fuel we needed before and after that. It doesn't really matter which one we're picking, so I'll take that one. We don't have iron either, so let's go with that one. Risk it. And this is the end of my journey. So this was not very successful. I wish you could actually see what you learned, or you could see which words you learned and which were still left, or maybe a solution. So in case you for example noted which one was or which things you had around and which aliens had encountered and something like that. So a bit more detail would be nice here. What I also would like to see would be some indication which planet you've already visited. Now this may be easy if you just play in the same session, but if you pause the game, if you go away, if you close the game, and you come back to it after a day or maybe longer, maybe just an hour. Some people have very terrible memory. For example, you don't know whether you've been to those planets or not, and it would be nice to see, at least if you've been there. You don't have to put in everything, like you have mined this out or you have encountered life here or something. It would just be nice to see if you've been there at all or not, because then you could say, okay, I always mine out the planet, I always do this or that on the planet, and I believe that would be a reasonable request. On top of the let's just use stuff while we're mining, so let's just put things straight from the mining into the hull or the fuel tanks or whatever. But I'm not sure if that will come, but this little indication of you have been here would be really nice. We haven't destroyed anything, so we could have done that. It wouldn't have sorted anything up, because you cannot create gas planets as far as I'm aware of. We had the life and death seeds, so that would have worked out. We could have transformed things into either garden planets or rocky planets. Not sure if yeah, possible. We have used one last chance. I'm not sure if that is the one that we ended up failing, or if that was a successful one. We haven't saved any humans. I believe I know how that is done. It's just very difficult. There is a ship that allows you to save humans. I don't recall if we've seen that before. and it has a bunch of cryogenized humans aboard, and you can take those along. What you usually end up doing, it's quite a huge ship. It's also, at least the last time I've seen it, it was fairly damaged, so you have to expend, I think, tungsten in order to fix it. But it has a lot of cargo space. However, most of it, or a good deal of it, is occupied with people in cryostasis. So it is very tempting to just dump them into space. Which, by the way, that's a Steam achievement. And I've never been able to get into that ship and then get to where you can save the humans and probably wake them up again. So that is something I've also not done yet. I'm not sure what you get for that. You might be able to get resources or technology or whatever. I'm interested in seeing it. But yeah, maybe it will happen soon, maybe not. I think this was also the last episode of... was it? I think this was the last episode of the Out There, the Omega Edition Let's Play. I'm not sure what's going to be next. There are a few more roguelikes I'm very tempted to play. I'm also really tempted to get back into the Dwarf Fortress. I haven't played it since ages. Essentially, around the time I uploaded my Dwarf Fortress Let's Plays, that was the last time I played Dwarf Fortress, so I'm really tempted to get into that. To get back into it, because there have been some pretty massive updates I really want to see, and I really want to try out. I want to play around with them. A friend has actually told me that there are some pretty great things you can do now. So that's pretty great, and I would like to do more of that. I'd also need to contact somebody about the next game. There is another game that actually got me the idea of making this very Tuesday theme of throwaway heroes, which is kind of what a roguelike is, or what a roguelike lets you do. You create a hero, you have some fun in the world that is created for you. You lose, inevitably you will lose at some point, and you just dive right back in. So that's pretty cool. I really like this idea, even though in some games it's very painful to lose your progress like that, because another feature of roguelikes is that permadeath, although that's kinda hollowed out here, because we do have we can activate those cemetery gates where you get your old ships again, and you can actually try to find them. You can keep flying them if you have whatever resources you ran out in the first place. So if I have a better run and I get into the system and I'm literally drowning in fuel, I could just take over my old ship. Maybe I have a run which nets me almost no tech, but I get a lot of fuel. I could just take over this ship and get on with it. Pump the fuel tanks up and off we go. We also haven't seen that many ships that use other fuel sources, so I'd like to see some of those as well. We've got a pretty good pretty good score here. You can see that we've actually beaten my high score. Or my high score happened to be the same number, but it's kind of unlikely if you ask me. And just a quick note, I am, since Sunday the 30th of May, a proud owner of a bee swarm. Might be getting another this week if I'm lucky and the swarm capture lady gives me a call. It's been kind of quick and dirty, because I have my hives prepared, but I was not prepared for the call because my bike was in the workshop to get fixed. And what else? So I couldn't transport the hive, and I was kind of expecting her to be a bit slower with the call. So I could use my bike to pick up the bees and then install them and also install the hive. So I had to call a friend, and he agreed to do all the driving. It was fun. It was quite an action because I carried all my stuff downstairs, and I live on the 4th floor without elevator, so it was quite a massive pain to get everything downstairs. We ended up getting the bees settled in, and it was quite a sight. And I know I didn't want to do beekeeping videos on this channel. I might actually upload the next swarm marching, because I believe it's something you have to have seen at some point, and I was actually really happy to have seen it on that Sunday. And the next one I'll probably try to record on video, so you get to see it as well. I mean, you can probably just look it up on YouTube, but if you try to well, if you're interested in seeing stuff from me, then I'd be more than happy to oblige, and I hope you enjoy it. But it's still, yeah, it's just something that I believe you have to have seen in order to. Well, you don't have to actually, but I think it's something that is really worth seeing, and that is really worth recording. I'll probably not say anything about it because I'd probably just embarrass myself, mostly because I probably misinterpret things the bees do. They don't say that much, but they do things, and so I'll just probably record in silence and then try to reply to questions if you put them in the comments. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I really hope I get another swarm. Also because I kinda have the roomie asking me to remove that beehive from the balcony, which is where it's currently placed at, and it's going to stay there for a bit. Just saying. But yeah, she kind of wants it to be gone from there, so I kind of have to oblige there. But I don't have that anymore, but I also would prefer the hive to be filled with bees before a wasp queen discovers it or whatever and decides to settle in, because that would be unpleasant, especially on the balcony. And yeah, so if you see a video upload with bees in it, feel free to click it. It's probably not going to be too long. I'm probably not going to record the full thing because I'm not sure if I have that much storage on my phone. But that's actually all for today, at least all for now. Looks like the weather's also calming down, which is nice because I have to go outside very soon. And I also filmed most of the video time with talking now, so there's 2 minutes left of the 15 minutes. I hope this was actually recording, otherwise I'll be pissed. However, the last few minutes or the last few episodes seem to have recorded all right. I actually did a quick test and it seems to have worked, so I'm almost sure that it will have recorded as I wanted it. There's still a chance of failure though, so I'm going to check that now, and then I have to contact people. I really need to contact people about the next Let's Plays. So I'll see you next time. Bye!